At the European Climate Foundation, we are embedding strategic foresight capacity so that we are sure that when we make decisions that are going to put us on a short-term pathway, we're taking the long-term view so that future generations aren't locked into decisions that would constrain their action or have adverse consequences.
Been using foresight, especially in the Congo Basin, particularly around Cameroon, on work with indigenous rulers, and we've explored how to protect biodiversity that is used as royal animals. And we've also been able to I've worked with indigenous Baka communities deep inside the forest of the Congo Basin, and we've illuminated different alternative futures for them, particularly in terms of education.
One of our initiatives, Moa Popo for the Future, sees a team of our own Indigenous youth designing, building and testing a Māori futures curriculum to grow the next generation of future makers. This way we are growing the leaders for tomorrow today and equipping them with the ancestral wisdom to create a brighter future. Kia ora.
Futures work is about justice. I was displaced from Guatemala as a child, and my past, honestly, was shaped by forces way beyond my control. But for me, when I first discovered Futures when I was in 4th grade, it taught me that the future was mine to shape. And that's what I see now in the communities that I work with. When people reclaim their power to imagine beyond crisis and scarcity, they don't just hope for change, they actually create it.
For the past several years, we've invested in foresight and futures initiatives that have allowed women in Sierra Leone, youth in Eastern and Southern Africa, and communities in different developing countries to think about their futures in much different ways, imagine new possibilities, new opportunities that have challenged their assumptions about how their futures might look.
In order to fully harness the power of young people in Africa and worldwide, there is a need to engage with the future that we're trying to create. And so we have been experimenting with combining citizen science methods with futures methods to cultivate the hope and the skills and the movement that is needed to get young people engaged in decision making and shaping really the future of their cities.
I have worked with young women activists from global majority countries using futures and foresight to create powerful advocacy pieces. They now know that their intentional actions in the present have the power to birth the futures they dream about for all women and girls around the world.
So it's critical to be doing a lot of this work right now. The world's facing an unprecedented level of volatility. We're seeing many of our major cultural institutions crumbling or being uprooted. We're seeing massive cultural divisions. We're seeing economic shifts that are not in the directions that are ideal for many people. And in general, while strategic foresight is not a crystal ball, it does help build resilience and understand the changing landscapes and what factors need to be considered to be able to get futures that are more preferable.
And to us, really, it's critical right now because we're seeing so much cultural divide that really our next time is about alignment and really being able to decide what do we want our futures to look like? How do we go from investing just in growth and capital into what is caring, what is community, what is relationship, and really what's sustainable for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's really important we be doing this work right now because we cannot create what we cannot imagine. And that there's a lot of voices out there that want us to believe that some things are inevitable, when in fact, quite frankly, almost nothing is. So what better time than now for us to really galvanize and imagine those alternatives for ourselves?